Yeah, so at this point you're doing really good. You got your religion ready for a work ethic religion. You got four strong holy sites. I mean, the biggest concern I have is like you're coming in late on wonders, and your culture isn't very strong, but it's a pretty good start to a classical era. What do you think, Kane?
No, I love it because, once the work ethic kicks in, you have all this production. And so my only concern would be like error score. I'm
Yes.
always struggling for it. And in this case, the map is pretty much unlocked,
Yep.
right? So it's not like you're going to be getting some error score from meeting other civs here. This is a continents map. So do you throw a galley in the water? I assume you do because that will be your first
Yes.
naval
Well,
unit,
the
etc.
barbarian camp to your south here has a galley for 155.
Hmm.
So I would
Okay.
definitely drop the 155 for that
Yeah.
galley. You
Yeah.
also, I want, oh, it might have been conquered. Looks like it was cleared out. I thought there was another one with a galley, but it must have been taken out. So you can get a galley for 155 gold, and then in I forget I want to say it's like 10, 15 turns. Let's see. But 10 or 15 once every 20 turns. So if you hire one now on turn 67, you could get another one. That's a little bit of a wait. But maybe I toss a galleon, see if I can find the second continent. Um, I, this is me thinking out loud, but Rio de Janeiro, I'm going to be able to rebuy Hercules here. I don't know what that's going to cost you. Let me toss on the monumentality and just see where we're at. And I'll just eliminate Hercules right now, um, and just see. But if he's like, let's see, what is the price to he's 1,000 faith. You're making 50 faith a turn. If you didn't do any faith purchases, you could get Hercules here, and then because every district you put down is going to be like +3. So you're going to get the era score for rehiring Hercules. You're going to get the era score for every district you put down is going to be a +3 or greater of that district.
Hmm.
Um, there's something else. I know it. Oh, you're gonna get the era score for your religion. You're gonna get era score for your first industry, and you've got three industries here in spice, tobacco, cocoa. You have three industries there already. That once you start improving those tiles, you got it. Uh, you're gonna be able to settle near floodplains and volcano to the west over here, get that era score. Plus, if you levy troops again,
Hmm.
that's gonna do it. Um,
Do you do any kind of like money travel then? And I
there's
guess
a
you have to
there's a
look at the
strong
quests.
argument to be made because we have Grenada. You're gonna in one turn you're gonna get the envoy. If you throw that into Grenada, you could move Amani to Grenada and to Chinguetti or to Nagazigarmu. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting your one your one envoy into Chinguetti, even though it looks like Gilgamesh is going to get Caesarity of it. I highly recommend getting Caesarity of Chinguetti as soon as possible. With the trade route style in these cities, the population's going to be really good. Chinguetti is going to really return on investment. Um, but I could see waiting on that and having Chinguetti be where she winds up, but putting an envoy in Grenada, going up to Nagazigarmu, and then leaving her in Chinguetti.
How do you know if a city state already had the suzerainty? Do you have any way to
You
tell
just
that?
have to
Like,
remember.
not yours, but somebody else's. Like Ayutthaya, did it have a suzerainty before or no?
You just have to remember.
Hmm.
There's no way to know it because he put his governor in there. The Gaul did. Iowa.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep.
Yeah, it had
So yeah,
four
you just
envoys.
have to remember. There's no way to remember if it had, or to know
Okay.
if it
So
had.
overall goals for classical era would be try to get a couple of wonders, right?
Yep.
Try to
Oh, you
settle.
also era score right here. This camp can no longer turn into a city state, and you're gonna settle right next to it, right here. Or you could settle on the spice tile if you want. I'm not telling you how to settle your cities. No, I would never settle on the spice tile, especially one that
Yeah,
you're going
that's
to
six.
lose production on. Uh, but if you want to, you can. But when you clear this camp, it's going to be right next to your city, so that's going to be a lot of era score. I mean, you're into a normal age level of era score pretty easy with just your immediate surroundings here.
Perfect. All right. I mean, this is perfect.
I
Actually,
mean,
I want this save. I don't want that auto save. This is perfect for me.
yeah, but the other thing is, if you look, you can even settle a desert city right here, desert sheep. That's going to get you era score. So you got era score here. You can settle this wonder for 2 more era score. Oh, here's the other camp. You can get both galleys for 155 gold. So
Yeah.
for 310 gold, you can get the ship working Eureka. That's 50 gold more than one galley is buying it in your city. So you might
Yeah.
as well buy that galley, get the ship building Eureka. Um, you
And
know,
you're still working to get Himiko, right?
yep. If you get Himiko, you get sincerity of everyone. Um, now, even though it's now, you asked me about era score. Now, if you're asking me how I'm going to play this, I'm going to put my diplomat into the culture city state here. So every building I build is giving me culture because I am not concerned about era score in the slightest.
Hmm.
So the conservative way is to travel her around. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to get her up here, hopefully get Apadana, get Caesarity of Chingetti, and then just start working on getting Caesarity of everyone because I'm not concerned about era score. Because, like I said, I'm going to get a city up here as soon as I can. I'm going to get my first water unit. I'm going to start getting these great merchants because the other thing, I might just buy this great merchant. I might either gold or faith buy this great merchant because I don't want to lose out on a trade route great merchant. Um,
So let me ask you this though: is Apadana carrying the same weight now that you have, if you have Himiko? Is it worth the investment? Because if you can't do additional wonders, well, you can't chop them really. You're gonna chop one wonder in your capital and you're
yep.
done.
There's still
Um,
there is still one, two, three. There's still the possibility of Kilwa in the capital right here. There's still the possibility of Saint Michel on this marsh tile. There's still hanging gardens up here, all of which are very Kilwa is the only one that's production heavy, but hanging gardens with this +7 is going to be really low turn count with the 15% production card in, especially once you get up to theocracy, or not
mhm.
theocracy, theology here, which isn't that many turns. Right now, if nothing changes and something's going to change, it's 23 turns. Just with the one Eureka, that's going to put this down to 6 and this to 6. So that's 12. That's 13 turns. You're getting more production. Um, and like I said, I'm going up here for more culture on all the buildings I build. I'm going to switch off one of these shrines, whichever one has most production. I'm going to put on. Actually, I might put both of them on hero prayers to assure I get Himiko.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
love the plan. I love the plan. And, it'd be interesting to compare the next era once we play it out.
Yes. Excellent.